Which actually takes me, this piece of conversation takes me to my next question with this. It's like, when it comes to being a DJ, how much of it goes into this like innovation? Like, what is the one thing you do continuously all the time as a DJ to make sure that you stand out and your craft and your brand stands out in obviously what is now very much an oversaturated market in terms of what people are hearing?
So it may sound like underrated or cliche, but just from my experience from doing this, like customer service, like if
Mm.
if someone reaches out to you for an event and you got to be, I'm not gonna say necessarily timely, but and if you're not timely, you have to like let the person know the reasons why. So I'll give you an example. If someone hits me up on a Friday night to ask me about an event, I might get back to them right away. If I'm DJing, I might get back to them right away. But if I'm busy, I might wait till later on that day and send them a whole message explaining, "Hey, I'm about to be busy. I have your invoice or your inquiry. I'm either available or not available, and because I'm normally busy on the weekends, I may not get back to you until Monday. And then on Monday we can handle this entire situation if it's something that's far out. If it's day
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
we so just about so it's about making sure that the customer or whoever the person that's wanting to book you knows that you're one available for them and you're trying to make sure the event or whatever goes smoothly. And then
yeah,
once the event goes on, it's about your it's a show. It really is a show. Like you
yeah,
may not have the energy or the mindset to want to do this, but you've already paid, you already booked you signed up for it, and it's your name. You don't want to just be like, I'm not feeling good today. Forget this event. But you got to go in, put on a show, entertain the guests, play the right music.
yeah.
Sometimes even like I was so bad at this. I would not talk during any of my DJ sets. Whether I got
You did not, bro.
whether I got booked personally or somebody referred me, I go in there, DJ, give them a very good set, but I wouldn't say nothing unless the person was like, make this announcement real quick. All right, da, 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 da. Then I watched other DJs interact, talk to the crowd, talk to the people who are there, talk to the bridegroom, just talk. Even
Yeah,
if it's just picking on somebody or picking on yourself, a voice being heard gives so much more clearer direction. And like
yeah,
even now today with corporate events, like I may say the same thing over and over, but I say it and you can see the reaction. Hey guys, welcome in. We do have a photo booth. We got two photo booths actually, a 360 booth. We got two bars as well. One in the front, one in the back. Make sure you guys, before you leave, make sure you take a photo from at least one of the photo booths, like simple stuff like that.
yeah.
Got you get one lets the person that booked you know, hey, he trying to work for this money, even
Right, right,
though
right.
it should just be kind of like second nature. And then two, the people there know that it's just not like I learned this as well. People come to events and just are clueless sometimes until they get direction.
Yeah,
Like they just don't know what to do, even though uh, 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 the food could be sitting right there, a sign-in sheet with the big sign that says "sign in" right there.
yeah,
A lottery raffle ticket thing is right. They won't touch it
yeah,
until you give them direction to it.
yeah.
And once you figure that out and learn that, it's literally like a walk in the park. Like I don't I the job I do now is like night and day from what I used to do.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm thinking about like the hardest part of events for me is the first thing you say. Like it's literally an icebreaker, bro. It's like, and
Real.
the reason why it's the hardest thing you say is because like usually, let's say I'm trying to think of where I was recently. I was hosting an event and everyone was sitting down, right? And I'm like holding the mic and I'm like, all right. And I usually look around because, like you said, I'm looking for someone to make eye contact with me, or I'm looking for someone to engage with, make fun of, pick on, whatever. And as soon as you say something, everyone's heads turn because they're looking for who's talking. It's like, there's a host here? I didn't know there was going to be a host here. Like, what the? And then they, and at that point, like you mentioned, it's like whatever you say is like golden, right? Like I remember this is a bad example, but I feel like I'm gonna give a bad example and a good example. But do you remember just to even it out, balance it out? Do you remember the one night of like Love Jones? This was back in Foundation, and we started to hit the capacity. And something along the lines of like the fire marshal showed up, right? Mm-hmm. And it was just like, shoot, yo, the fire marshal, and everyone's just like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, hey, if you parked across the street, move your car. The tow truck is coming. If you parked across the street, and it's like, I don't even think everyone was parked across the street, but everyone was just like, let me go check on my car real quick because I've Inception, bro. Like this idea is now in my mind. You know what I mean? So it's like that is just golden. Like it's golden rule, whatever we say. And then the other side of it is just like when we did a wedding at the Museum of Art in St. Pete. Do you remember that one? Yeah. And it's like the bartenders ended up loving us because we were just like, hey, like make sure you go to the bar, make sure you tip your bartender. The drink that the bartenders are serving is this. Go to the bar and ask for it. And they were like, hey, y'all want something to drink? Like, hey. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm glad you got that because I remember being kind of like, bro, Paul, you're DJing, you're not saying that. Like, bro, say something to these people. It's just quiet. And I feel like, when we coined the phrase vibe conductor, it was like kind of us saying like, yeah, bro, like we control the whole space. We control all of this. A lot of people, it's just crazy how many people forget about the experience part of events. Like, great, you put on an event and people have showed up to your event. We are 15 minutes into your event. What should they expect now that they're here? Like, oh, okay, cool. You didn't think about that. Okay, well, that's where your host comes in, or that's where your DJ comes in. So glad you mentioned.
And I've definitely got into the habit of like asking the event person, like, what do you expect from me today? And I'm not gonna lie, I make sure that it's just DJing, and if they need an MC, add a little bit more and say, hey, I have no problem doing it, but this is the price, because they like to come up to you and be like, here's a list of things we need you to talk about over the entire day. Bro, you said you just needed a DJ.
And I don't think people realize how hard it is to DJ, because DJing it's eyes, ears, it's hands. There's a lot going on to like constantly look and okay, I got to do that. Like you're up there low key kind of being a circus. Like
and then I remember got people walking up to you doing this. Oh, can you play this? Oh, hey, can you do this? And then the person be like, oh, I didn't hear the announcements. I literally just said 3 of these things as you were walking up. How did you not hear it?
I think it's funny because obviously you started DJing and then you started emceeing. I started emceeing and then I started DJing. And I remember one of the first events I was DJing, and I was like, bruh, I can't do all of this at the same time. Like I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, yo, I got a mic in my hand. I'm trying to use the crossfaders. I also want to get to where I'm going. And now someone is asking me a question. Like, oh, nah, fam. Like, and I realized at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to really figure out how to get good at this, because me DJing and hosting was not the same energy as me just hosting. It's like me just hosting, I'm up there dancing. Hey. Me DJing and hosting, I'm like, just stuck in the moment, like, yo, oh my God, way too much. But yeah, like, so when it comes to earlier, we talked about like the collaborations, the groups that you have worked with, the groups you've worked with. But who's like someone that you would say dropped the gem on you in terms of like events, advice, being a DJ, being an entertainer, or someone who dropped the gem on you about it, or someone who you kind of looked at and was like, oh, I could probably emulate some of that and take some of it for my own craft.
I think the biggest person that I still look up to and like try to replicate his style is DJ Ron Mike. You may know him.
Yeah.
So he's the CEO with the leader of You and Me DJs who I work with. When you see me doing like homecomings and school events, 99% of them are through him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and so, and we both went to USF together. I don't think we really met each other while at USF, but
Yeah.
we kind of connected afterwards. But so he is literally like, I can't even describe it because if you fathom his network and the amount of stuff that he is constantly dealing with on a daily basis, so he works with schools, let's just say 50 schools in Hillsborough County, and then 20 schools in Miami-Dade and Broward County, and then let's just say 20 other schools outside of that he works with on a 2 times a year, almost all year round. He has a conglomerate of over 14 DJs that he works with to make sure all of these events get taken care of, as
Yeah.
well as a family, as well as his own personal stuff. And this is like, how do you manage that? So it's like, I'll give you an example. Every year, twice a year, no, I say every year, 4 to 6 times a year, we have a weekend where one day there's 10 plus events going on all at the same time. Yes. So you have to organize with 10 different schools. Each school has an advisor that you talk to. The advisor also has a student that's a liaison for the event that also want to talk to Ron. Then you have to talk to the DJs to see who can handle which school. He also has dancers and he has to put like the environment. So he has pipe and drapes, he has lights, he has props, everything. He has to put all of this together and then send a crew out to do each school and make sure they all get done on one night. So imagine if one school gets there late and they're calling like, "Hey, where are the people at the setup?" Mind you, they're on the way, but we don't know that yet. So he has to call the people like so like, and that's just one school. Imagine if two schools do this. Imagine if
Man.
two schools in two different cities are late. So it's just like you like to be able to process that, still be sane, still have a
Yeah.
life, still be able to laugh, still be able to joke and still put the stuff together. Yeah, your mental has to be on a
On
level.
point. I was gonna
On
say that because like when you meet Ron, he's like you would
you don't
I would
you don't
I would
see that.
never know that. Like
You would never
none of
see that
that.
if you talk to him.
Yeah, he's
But
like he's
but
chilling.
I've been in situations, environments, like for example, I'll go do DJ an event where every student government comes and they meet and have meetings together with schools. He has to then meet with all the teachers there. I have to entertain the students while he's entertaining the actual people that are going to book us to do it. So it's like
Yeah,
working together and seeing that work is so for me, it's like I'll go be above and beyond for him because I only see a tip of what he does.
yeah,
So to know somebody can handle all of that as well as manage all of these people, they all got to get paid.
right. The
All
books
of
got
this
to
money
get
has to come
handled.
in
The
and come out.
equipment got to get handled. That's
Like,
nuts, bro. Like
bro,
it's funny you say that because I've actually hosted a wedding with Ron before, and he is extremely as an entertainer, high energy, really good on the mic, really good on the ones and twos. He is the first and only person that I have seen. Just to give you an idea, bro, it was a Sigma wedding. It was Jean Baptiste wedding,
okay,
and computer game. Like obviously it's time for them to play computer games. And I remember he played it, and I was standing there with the mic, you know, kind of hyping it up a little bit. And I turned like, "Hey, bro," and I'm like, "Where is Ron? Like, where is?" And I look, and he's doing computer games, right? And not even on some. I mean, you can time these things very well, especially for him. He's probably heard computer games thousands of times.
Yeah.
But the way he came back and dropped into the next song, I was like, bro, do you have a controller? Like, are you controlling the music? Like, he just, like you said, he has a handle on everything, including like not just from a business standpoint, but as an entertainer. And it was just like, damn, bro, like you really are one, you're fast. I don't know how old you are, but you run really fast.
I didn't mention he's also a flag football girls coach.
He is.
He coaches girls as well. So like all of this stuff, and as well, like you gotta understand.
And staying on top of the music.
And staying, we have to. It's like dealing with kids. They don't want music.
They don't want 90s R&B. They don't care about 90s R&B.
They don't want that.
Yeah.
They want songs that came out 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
If you doing a party on Saturday and an album came out on Friday, you better have every song, and it better be clean.
And it better be fast. It better sound like the TikTok version where it's fast. Yeah, bro.
Like, bro.
It's funny because that's actually why that's why I don't think I can do the young people stuff. Like I could do everything else, but the young people, nah, bro. That's you got that in your bag, bro. You got that. But yeah, that's dope though. Like Ron, I would say for me, Silencer. And it's funny because those two guys work so close together. For me, it's always Silencer. Like Silencer does, his hosting game is like
elite,
spectacular. Yeah, elite, bro.
You want to know why his name is Silencer? He was worse than me. He didn't want to talk.
You know what? We talked about that one time. I forgot how it came up, but he was like, "Yeah, man. When I was DJing them jerk up parties back in the day, he was like, I wouldn't say."
If you think about it, he didn't say a word when we was in there.
Never.
It was just music, darkness, and vibrations,
and ass. Somebody's daughter whining on
house. It was like a haunted house, but they was throwing ass at you.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, but the reality is, and even for me, like I think about this sometimes, it's like, you know me, bro. You know me long enough to know that like I could be jumping off the walls, Alex, and then I could just be like, chill, like I ain't got nothing going on right now. Like when people see me out, I'm always just like, I'm not working here, bro. Let me get a salmon and a drink and whatever. So like that party didn't need that. We didn't need a host on the mic. We didn't need anybody. We didn't need why.
Yeah,
we didn't need that, bro. We had all of that without someone on. Like all he needed to do. I think it was like as you get older, when you eliminate the darkness in the dance floor, that's where people
directions needed again.
Directions needed. You know, I'm 25 years old. I'm in my career now. I got a cold start. You know what I mean? I need somebody to help me.
Give me right.
Yeah, start giving me the move.
I need a DJ to notice me, pick on me real quick. So
yeah, when you 19, first time out of the town, living on your own in your first big boy apartment,
you don't need
I don't need anything. I don't need anything, bro. Like it's women in here, and I'm on my first Corona. Like, let's go.
I ain't even supposed to have this Corona. Let's go.
Exactly. My boy had to sneak this for me for the 5. Like, come on now. So with the collaboration though, how have you maintained basically like the collaborative spirit? How have you maintained keeping in collaboration with other DJs while also still being competitive? Because it is a market nonetheless, but being competitive without beef, without friction, without like callous competition, as I would call it.
So let's just say I was coming up to a highway, and you know how that you have that sign, that meme sign where it was like something on this side and something this way, and it was like the left-hand side, it said club DJ, fight with people, drama, get paid late, stay out late, don't get nothing, the late night let out club, none of that. Corporate DJ, no competition, easy, fun, free drinks, free food, new places I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I hate that. I hate that turn and got
Yep.
right off of
Yep.
that. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's that, bro. You
like,
actually you nailed that really really well, bro.
so like when I meet DJs in this space, none of them ever meet me and be like, "Yo, I'm DJ BrightLight. I'd be DJing at this club, residency here. I DJ for this person. I do these on the like." I don't meet none of them. I don't mean none of that. It'd be like, my name is DJ BrightLight. Can you DJ? Let me hear you. Oh, snap, you're great. And you're good on the mic. Come on, I got more stuff for you. I got more than I can handle. Come on.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
literally. I got too much stuff over here. Come on. Like, and it's just like, and I tell them, I tell every DJ I work with, I was like, I'm not here to take this gig from you. I'm not here to take your job. I'm just here so that to help. And so that whenever they get done, they get like, yeah, he filled in great for you, or he did a great job. There was no issues. And every single time, that's what I get. And it's just like, I get people like, yo, I'm trying to book you. I'm like, go through the person that booked me the first time. If they like, all right, they want me again, they have no problem saying, hey, they want you again. Here you go. And like when you start to deal with people that look at life and look at this DJing that way, you don't want to go back and deal with people that's trying to throw dirt on your name or try to say, oh, he is a trash DJ or he ain't got this. I met a DJ in the club and he walked up to me and he was like, yo, I'm DJ so and so. It's like, I don't really mess with DJs that DJ off of controllers. I just like vinyls and turntables. I looked at him, I smiled, and I said, hi, I'm DJ BrightLight. I DJ on controllers. It's nice to meet you. And just turned away. But it's because it's like, why? Is this DJ BrightLight start? Does this look like locks? No, bro. I'm starting my locks
just cause 305. Yeah, that's interesting, bro. Like that was actually I remember when that was, I wouldn't call it an insecurity. Yeah, it's a little bit of like an insecurity, like maybe a what is that thing that people say, like imposter syndrome kind of situation, where I was just like, damn, yo, you know, I'm using a DJ, what is it called? A DJ, I'm about to say DJI, a SB, right? I'm like, I'm using the SB, man. I don't know if it's presentable. And I was like, man. And I remember actually you low-key spoke me out of it, because I remember talking to you about getting the new Mark, I think the S7 with the motorized jog wheels and all that kind of stuff, and lifted it up. You were like, bro, do you really want to go to an event with a 60-pound 75-pound controller every gig? And I was like,
every gig
75, like what the, like, nah. Like, so for me, I'm just like, also between corporate events and club events, you might wow a few people with scratching vinyl at a corporate event, but like you said earlier, they just want to hear some music, bro. Like you over there, like, bro, it's 2:00. It's 2:00 on a Thursday, bro. Calm down. Like, calm down. Remember when DJ BrightLight was just a playlist curator posing as a DJ?
About that, yes.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think that was really it, bro.
What?
I think that was what jump started everything, to be honest with you. Like the whole DJ BrightLight presents the Love Spell was a great, like, I don't even think, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't think anybody fucking listened to it.
You'd be
I was like,
surprised.
really?
So remember when I put it on MediaFire?
Yeah.
So because that was like the only real way to get people to like download them in bulk.
Yeah.
I looked back and Love Spelled Volume 3 had 1,000 downloads.
Are you what?
When I looked at Love Spelled Volume 1, it was like 1,200 downloads.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, I was blown away by that. And to be honest with you, he said DJ BrightLight got hoes off that. So on Love Spell, on all of them, we got girls to say my name in like a very seductive way, or say Love Spell in a very seductive way.
I remember that.
That got me in more trouble than you could possibly think.
Oh, I mean, of course. Oh, what did you?
We're sitting there listening, like, whose voice is that?
Well,
like, I don't even know whose voice that is.
What bitch you had in the studio?
I wasn't even there when that got done.
I actually.
Oh, where's my voice at?
I don't remember who that was.
It was a couple different people. I think Jordan was one too. But yeah, man, it was fun. That was a good time. I liked it because it was like slow jams. I liked slow R&B or slow jams at that time. So it was for me to highlight like some of the classics that people slept on because we was just listening to the same one over and over again.
Yeah, we do that. We do that here, bro. We're grown, bro. We do that here. We drop names.
Exactly, bro. We'll be all right.
This is not, no one has.
And that mixtape's 10 years old. I'm okay.
I was gonna. I thought no one heard it or listened to it. I thought.
Bro, remember I made CDs. I had to make CDs for certain people. That's when CDs was not. It wasn't gone, but it was in a phase. Yeah. I made CDs for people and dropped them off. Hand signed, Love Spelled.
What a moment. I think that was it though. Like having dropped that mixtape. I don't know what people were expecting, but the fact that it was curated and it was intentional was like, oh yeah, all right, he doing his DJ thing. He might not have decks yet. But that boy putting out playlists. And honestly, hold on. Keeping a buck. We all let the love spells ride one time.
Preston, you're a hater, bro.
We gotta pop this chat overlay out. Hold on.
I definitely got a lot of love from that though. I ain't gonna count.
No, that was a moment, bro. That was a moment. Invented the stream farm with them numbers.
I didn't, bro, because it wasn't. So it was like 4 or 5 years later after I dropped it, and in my mind, I wasn't thinking too much of it. But they sent me an email saying either I had to move it or I had to do something or log in to keep it like valid. So I logged in, and then they had updated it, and it actually showed like stats and stuff. I was like, oh snap, let me look. And I said 1,000. I was like, nah, bro.
That boy went MediaFire Platinum, boy.
Yeah,
man. Nah, but you know what though? To get 1,000 downloads on MediaFire is
something.
That's wild, bro. Because that platform is like you have to. It's not like you're searching for like that's direct people, direct traffic. Like I got the link, and that's why I'm here.
Exactly. But if we, I did get a lot of love on social media too. A couple people were shouting out. Like that, I remember when I used to drop it. A lot of people like I'm tuned into that Love Spell. I like it. So I'm not gonna cap. I pride myself on like dropping a perfect playlist of songs. I remember going through like making sure this song came after this song.
Yeah, that's
gonna have an interlude. I had him do a whole interlude in there, bro. Had Alex do a whole interlude. You did, remember? You did a whole interlude poem, bro. You forgot. Crazy.
Yeah, because it was a weak poem, bro. I probably wrote that like that week. It wasn't my best work, Paul. It wasn't my best work. Now the question becomes, would you do it again?
Yeah. So right now I have a playlist on Spotify called Love Spell Infinity with the infinity sign. And it has all of the love spells from 1, 2, and 3. And I'm adding